Well, I'm entering Sarria, so I have about 20 minutes left to the albergue where we will be staying tonight. Where we will be staying tonight. It's been a rather uneventful walk. I think that of the three paths we could have taken into Sarria, our group got divided among at least two, maybe all three of them. I'm not sure what happened after I left. But by myself right now, and that's all good. Sarria is a town, looks like a lot of kind of high-rise buildings of 5-6 stories. And this is the town where many people come to begin their Camino. Even though, goodbye guys, I'll make some nuisance for myself. Even though it is often said that the beginning of this particular version of Camino de Santiago that I'm doing, Camino Frances, starts in France in SJPdP, and that's where I started. Most people do not start there because there are a lot of tour groups, high school groups, college groups from around the world who come to start here. The reason they come here to start is that Sarria lies just over 100 kilometers from Santiago de Compostela. That's important because to actually officially achieve the walk, you have to walk 100 kilometers. And so they always say that from here on, the population on the trail, the number of people who are walking, the number of pilgrims really multiplies. And so we're going to see the next day if that's true. We were able to find an albergue and reserve 5 beds for ourselves. Oh, actually, we're getting 2 rooms tonight, 2 private rooms, one with 3 beds and one with 2. Why would you do that? Well, you need to do that sometimes so you can relax a little bit, do laundry. You don't have to be too concerned about other people getting into your stuff or getting in your way. So there are a lot of different ways that you can walk the Camino. There are many different paths, and this is just one of them. And the fact that some people come here to just do the minimum, that's okay too. It doesn't really matter. On social media, you see a lot of fighting about that, a lot of angry words about that, but the truth is, on the trail, it just seems like nobody cares. Yesterday, I ran into some very nice people at a restaurant we were in for lunch who told me that they're Americans, they're from Miami, and they told me that they were with a tour group and they only had 2 weeks of vacation, so they were doing about 10 miles a day, and their taxi would take them, or their tour bus would take them to the next town they wanted to start at, and they'd walk 10 miles, and then the next day they would do that again. And that's how they were doing it. Now, that doesn't give you an official Compostela, as we say, but, you know, it's one way of doing it. And they seem to be having a lot of fun, maybe more fun than I was having at that point, because the town that we were in was Ocerebro. I believe that's what Ocerebro. Might be wrong about that name. I'll correct that in the title here. And I had just climbed great distances in the rain and the mud and cow poop. And so I wasn't having much fun at that point. I was soaking wet, but like I said, they're very nice people and they seem to be having a great time. So there are a lot of different ways you can do it. It's 20 after 11 in the morning, day 32 of our adventure, and it's raining again. We started out, you know, albergues like to have you out by 8 o'clock a lot of times, most of them. And it doesn't matter if it's in the colder fall weather when daylight doesn't begin till closer to 9 o'clock. So we were out in the dark and the wind was howling and the rain was just pounding on us for the first hour or so. It calmed down a bit after that. You might be able to hear on the canopy above me that there's still a drizzle. So it's been raining most of the day. It did taper off for a while there, but it's back. The trails have been very nice. Again, in Galicia, I think we're finding overall the trails are better. There were a couple of rough areas, but not bad at all. I stopped at this little bar here to get an orange juice, fresh squeezed orange juice right now. It's fantastic stuff, nice and sweet, and a can of Aquarius. So I'm staying hydrated today. And I expect that not far up the road I'm going to find my compadres sitting in another bar having lunch, so I'll have lunch with them. All in all, nice day. Walked about 6 miles so far and probably have 8 more to go. We'll be staying in Sarria tonight. We have reservations there. And I'll talk a little about Sarria when I'm there. Interesting place, so it should be nice to visit. And so, until then, bye-bye.